Okay, let's switch to long diagonals now. Long diagonals, so you two can rotate. Yep, there you go. All right, now, long diagonals, we stand in the center of our box. And if we're both right-handed, we're going to both do backhand to backhand. So I'm going to go in front of your backhand foot. You're going to go in front of her backhand foot, right? Remember, we're aiming for the blue line. On this side, when you're on those sides, you're going to be forehand to forehand. Remember? So you're trying to hit to her just in front of her forehand foot, and you're trying to hit just in front of her forehand foot on the blue line. Okay? Yeah, in the middle. Yep. All right, just 10 attempts. And then we switch. So you guys are going to switch, and you guys are going to switch. Now you're going to do the opposite of what you were just doing. Good, just 10 attempts, that's good. Remember, this is just a warm-up. We're not trying to win a competition here. Okay, Susan and I are going to demonstrate the next one. So we're going to put our heels on the blue line. We're rallying green zone to green zone. So my green zone is everything I can take with my backhand, right? This is my green zone. So from all the way out here to the center of my chest, all the way down, all the way up, everything I can take on my backside. If I have to flip open to my forehand, that's called a yellow zone. And anything in between, which is going to be this shoulder, this elbow, this hip, that's going to be our red zone. So right now we're just going green zone to green zone, right? The key for me is to keep my racket head above my wrist as much as I can. So if the ball goes low, I have to get down to do the volley. I don't want to be reaching out like this because that drops my racket head down below my paddle. Sometimes you might have to, but let's try not to. Ready? Okay. Good. Try again. Right. Oh. Okay, so that's the objective. Susan's trying to hit my green zone. I'm trying to hit her green zone. We're just trying to keep it through the window over the net. We don't want to be putting balls way up here because that's over the top of the window, right? Try and be through the window, green zone to green zone. Okay? Let's try that, and we'll try and do about 100 of those. So we'll go for a few minutes, and then we'll stop, and we'll do our next thing. Okay, I'm going to give you a little bit bigger window today because we're volleying, but I still want everything to stay through this window if we can. That's our objective. All right, pause. We're going to rotate around Lanny. Everybody's around Lanny, stay where you are. We're going to rotate one position. We're going to go a couple more minutes with this, and then we're going to move on to our next drill. Okay, pause for 1 second. Okay, so while we're doing this drill, I really want you to focus on seeing through the holes of the ball. Look through the holes on the ball while you're volleying. Okay? Pause. Okay, as soon as you guys started looking through the holes in the balls, guess what happened? All of your volleys got better. Volleying immediately got better. That's a really, really important thing. Today it's going to be all about volleys. We're going to get more into that after the warm-up. This is just the warm-up, so we're going to move on for now. We're going to do touch volleys now. Susan, can I borrow your paddle? I'll do these with Lanny. Okay, so we're going to come in. Come on over here, Lanny. Everybody on this side of me so you can see. We're going to come in halfway. So I'm halfway between the blue line and the net. Lanny's going to come in halfway between the blue line and the net. Forehand to forehand. No, turn yourself around. There we go. Now we're going to separate out so our paddles are lined up. So back up a little bit more. There we go. Nice. There we go. And we're just going to go nice and slow, really slow, back and forth. Right? What we want to avoid here is hacking, slashing, stabbing. We want to be nice and smooth with good, soft contact. Oops, that was a little hard. I'm sorry. There we go. It's okay. We'll get it. There we go. Good. So we're trying to go nice and slow as we can. Control it. Trying to keep it through the window. And notice how I'm trying to keep my paddle out front where she's going to get a good target. Yeah, so that happens. There we go. Beautiful. See how nice and slow that's going? That's what we want to do, just slow. We're not trying to go too fast, trying to go slow. Trying to move our racket slowly. It's just like driving on an icy road. You learn not to oversteer. That's really important with the paddle. Don't overcorrect your paddle. Move it slowly. Just get it in the way. Give it a tiny little bump. This skill, these soft, slow skills, set you up for doing resets later, which will come a little bit later. But this is the foundation of a reset, is being able to move your paddle, give it a firm foundation without over moving your paddle. Okay? There you go, Susan. You're welcome. Yeah. 1 second, Joan. We're going to get that thumb right around. Yeah, if this thumb's not around, the paddle's going to shake, right? So make sure your paddle's around. You want a little bit of a bend in your wrist, and just try and keep it out front. Keep your bicep engaged. Oh, hang on, you're a little too upward, right?
Oh, more like that?
Yeah, more like that. There we go. Really small swing, Mary. Just a bump. Very good. So 1 second, Susan. So keep your paddle out front. What you're doing now is you're dropping it. So then when you go to hit it, you're coming from a long way away from it. So try and keep it close to the ball. One second, Joan. I'm going to give you a tip. Okay.
Yeah.
So after you hit the ball, you're dropping your paddle, which means that you now have a long way to come back to hit it again. So after you hit it, keep it out there, right? Don't move it until you see where the ball's going. Then just give it a little bump. Try and keep your paddle close to the ball, because if you're dropping it all the time, you're going to be taking these big long swings. It's going to be hard to control it. Good job, Susan. Keep your paddle up front. I like that. You're a little bit open, and by doing this here, you're making it harder to control you're creating the edge.
So I want my issue?
Yeah, you want to control it so that the edges aren't moving quite so much.
That's why I started doing the backhand. Because when I return something, my backhand is all up.
Okay.
But okay, I can't do that.
Yeah, if you keep your thumb around it, it's gonna keep the edges from jiggling so much. Okay. You're a little close to the net. Back up half step. There you go. Good job. Okay, let's rotate around Lanny. Rotate around Lanny. Lanny's going to stay where she is. Everybody's going to move one spot. Okay, we'll go another couple minutes, then we'll do our last activity. Good stuff. Okay, let's pause for a second. So for our last activity, I'll borrow your paddle again, Susan, if you don't mind. Lanny, you can be my demo person again, if you don't mind. Okay, so Lanny's just going to hit ground strokes at my belly button, right? Nice slow ground strokes. So I'm going to stand here. Yep, off the ground, and then hit a belly button. And I'm going to block it into the kitchen. And she's going to catch it. She's going to do another one. I'm going to try and block it into the kitchen. I keep my racket out front. I meet the ball. Make sure that I finish with my racket. After I hit the ball into the kitchen, I return my racket to the ready position. That's all we're doing. One more. Yeah, one more. Right from my belly button. Good. Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, so it depends on where the ball is, right? So I can do that if I want. I can keep my paddle, right? So it's best to bend your knees, actually. Very good observation, Susan. I was being lazy, but low shots down here, your paddle head's going to come down sometimes, or you can come down and do this, right? It's a good idea to go up and down on your knees, ride the elevator up and down to get underneath the ball. So that's a good observation. Yep. Right now we're just trying to control the ball, so these players are going to be aiming for their belly buttons. You guys are just pushing the ball back into the kitchen. Okay? Her belly button is a little bit lower. Good job, Susan. Okay. Yeah, just into the kitchen, Susan. Just relax your grip a little bit. You're a little tight. There you go. Much better sound. That was just a bad read. That happens. Right into the kitchen, Mary. Right into the kitchen, okay? There you go. Beautiful. Okay, let's change roles. Susan and Mary are now going to be the feeders. Lanny and Joan, my brain wants to call you Rose all the time. Lanny and Joan are going to be the resetters. So you guys are going to be just behind the blue line, come a little bit closer, right? And just aim at their belly button. You guys are going to be, yeah, close to the kitchen, just from their normal volley position, then just block it into the kitchen. Off the ground, Mary. Mary, off the ground. So do you remember our touch volleys? Touch volleys, you're coming from too far away. So just reach out towards the ball. Just reach out towards the ball. And when the ball gets there, just give it the tiniest little bump. Tiniest little bump. Much better. Very good. Yeah. So not so long a push. Keep the ball out front. Keep the racket out front. So you're just slight bend in your elbow. and then as you receive it, give it the tiniest little bump.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Yeah, you're giving it the long stroke. Yeah. There you go. That was beautiful. Very good, Joan. Much better. Let's try. That just hit off center. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, one more, then we're going to take a drink. Good stuff. Okay, let's put all the balls in the hopper, and we'll go have a drink, and we'll have a chat, and then we'll come back and get started on our drills for today. Okay, come on out in the lobby and let's have a little chat. So today's about volleys. We're really going to dig into the three patterns that we do in our structured warm-up. This is, for me anyway, as an instructor, this is the key to developing good foundational volley skills that you'll carry with you all the way up to 5.0 if you get there. All of my groups work on these three sets. Even the 4.0s work on this as part of every structured warm-up. You will always be trying to improve this as you get in higher and higher levels. So the green zone volleys, the foundational skills that we're working on is one, ball control. So if I'm doing this with Susan, I want to be able to go from my green zone to her green zone. If she gives me something in my red zone, I still want to project it back to her green zone. Yellow zone, I still want to get it back to her green zone. So there's directional control. That's one of the skills that we're working on. Another skill that we're working on is, directional control, height control, right? So we want to be able to keep it through that window. We don't want to be popping balls up. What happens in pickleball when you pop a ball up high? Points over. Points over, right? So we really need to work hard on our volleys, not getting too much under the ball. So if you're back taking a ground stroke, you want to be like a great white shark coming after a seal. You want to be coming under the ball. But when you're right up at the net and the other person's right in your face, you don't want to be getting under the ball on anything that's over the net because they're going to put it away. They're going to get an opportunity to hit down on it. So we're really working in this pattern of trying to keep the ball relatively horizontal or even a little bit down. We're trying to avoid the pop-ups. That's another skill that we're working on. That's skill number 2. Skill number 3 is pace control. If I'm giving Susan balls that are too hard or too soft, she's going to have trouble returning them, right? So we're working on directional control, height control, pace control. That's what we're working on in that particular drill, okay? So the second drill that we do is the touch volleys, right, or the slow volleys. We're really in that drill, we're really working on controlling the speed of our racket and not oversteering, not overreacting, not jabbing, stabbing, hacking, slashing, right? Trying to be smooth with our paddle, right? Again, height control, directional control, depth control, right? Obviously, but just trying to get the ball moving as slowly as we can. And then the last one, which was the resets that we were doing, where we were aiming at the belly button. We do that in close to the net, and once we're good at it there, we can back up one step and do it from there. And then once we're good at it there, we can back up another step and do it from there. And pretty soon we're doing resets from the midcourt, which is a skill that you need to work on for 3.5 and up, right? But if you start to learn it now, the level that you're at, it's going to be a very useful shot for you. We don't go into it in too much depth at this level, but that's the beginning of it, and that's why it's in the structured warm-up. It's still a volley. It's just a volley from further back. Again, depth or directional control, height control, and pace control, right? At the level that we're playing at with this group, if I can put the ball on the ground to my opponents, if I can get it to the ground, they're going to hit a lot of balls out. If I give it to them in the air, anywhere where they can hit down on it or even horizontal on it, it's probably going to stay in the court. So getting it to the ground is a really important thing, and that's one of the reasons why we work on these resets. One person's hitting for the belly button, the other person's just putting it on the ground. Kitchen ideally, but as long as it gets to the ground, that's the most important thing. So those are the 3 things we're going to work on. I'm going to come around and give each of you feedback as I see it's necessary. I'm just going to be kind of one thing in each group to work, or in each activity to work on today. Any questions about what we're doing? Let's go in the room and get started. All right, grab somebody you haven't hit with today. Is there anybody you haven't hit with yet today? Okay, grab somebody you haven't hit with today, and we're going to start working on our green zone volleys. So you know what to do. We've already done it. I don't have to do a demonstration. We're going to go green zone to green zone. Remember, we're working on directional control, height control, and pace control. Green zone volleys. Green zone, so your heels are on the blue line. Okay. Your green zone is everything over here. Yeah. Heels on the blue line. Yeah. There we go. Heels. Oh, we'll get there. So right now when you're hitting Your paddle's facing way up in the sky. That's why the ball's going so high. Try and keep it pointed to her green zone. Right? Pointed at her green zone. Everybody, when I'm hitting my paddle to her green zone, my paddle face is facing her green zone. If my paddle face is facing the ceiling, it's not going to go to her green zone. If it's facing the floor, it's not going to go to her green zone. So I got to push the ball towards her green zone. Okay? So your paddle face is a little bit open at contact. Remember to keep it. Just adjust your grip a little bit. There we go. No, actually, let's adjust it this way. There we are. Yeah. Well, no, if you have a good neutral grip to start with, then adjust so that when you're making contact, just think about as you're about to hit the ball to her, where's my paddle face facing? If it's here, it's going to be going up over her head, right? So just think about where her green zone is. Oh, it's bending. That's better, Joan. You got it. You saw you adjust your grip. That was good. Okay, let's rotate around Susan. Okay. There you go. Okay. You're getting that. Yeah. So you're doing great. Just be a little smoother. Just try to be smoother because right now you're punching.
I am.
Right? And just try to think of paddling a canoe. You know how it would be a long stroke, right? You're not punching her in the face. You're pushing the ball towards her. You can punch her in the face if you want. She'll just punch you back, though. Very good, Joan. Okay. Okay, a reminder to everybody, look through the holes. I can tell when you're not looking through the holes. I can tell when you've forgotten that part. If you look through the holes, the brain will tell your hand where the ball is. Okay? Keep that in mind. I'm going to give you a little foot position tip, Joan. So right now, this foot is tending to be a little further forward, which is why, or sorry, this foot's tending to be a little further forward, which is why you're hitting it that way. So think about keeping this foot just a little further forward. All right, let's rotate around Susan. Rotate around Susan. Looking through the holes.
Thank you for the reminder.
Oops. You're looking through the holes now, I can tell. Very good. You guys had a good rally going there for a minute. Okay, let's come on in and we're going to switch to slow volleys now. You guys know this, right? So you line up so your paddles are facing, right? So if I'm doing this with Lanny, we're going to line up. We're going to use the white line kind of as our guide. Let's use the white line as our guide, right? And where our paddles are going to be across from each other. And remember that this is about slow, not overreacting. We want to get the ball going as slow with as little spin as possible. So keep it out, keep it close to the ball, because if you pull it away, if you drop it down, the next time you go to hit it, it's going to be a long stroke and you're going to hit it too hard. So keep it through the window, nice and slow. Depends on where the ball is, but from here, you're going to, it's 2-3 inches, really slow. Just get the paddle really slow in front of the ball, like really solid in front of the ball, let the ball bounce off of it. Big swings, Joan. Yeah. So see how you're taking big swings? So don't think of it as a swing. Think of it as almost like a catch. Just let me try your paddle here. Just get you right here. Right here, so you can see. See how little I'm moving it? Just keep it nice and solid. Sure. So you're still trying to slap it. Remember, just let it bounce off. You're just giving it the tiniest little, just as it's about to jump off the trampoline. Oh, well, just a tiny bit more then. Don't swing at it. Don't chop at it. Just bump it. There you go, Joan. You're getting it. Look at that. Good. Oh, good stuff. I'm going to give you a second. Pause for a second. Let me give you a little tip. Okay. So just stand right here.
Yeah.
If I'm facing her, I have no choice but to be under the ball.
Right.
But if I'm sideways, right, and the ball happens to come up a little, it's easier for me to get my paddle downwards. Right now, by being here, the only way that you can get your paddle horizontally or even downwards is to bring your paddle up here. Right? So if you're a little bit sideways, it gives you more range of motion with your wrist. So get a little bit sideways. A little more sideways, yep. Okay, let's rotate one position around Susan. Oops. Okay, pause everybody. I want to give you a tip on how to do this on your own so you can work on it. And then we're going to move on to resets. So I'm just going to get everybody to come over into this area right here. So my belly button is lined up with this set of bricks, right? So this set of bricks. I want to turn sideways. Oops, a little too close. And I want to try and just from sideways, just try and hit that brick over and over again from a sideways position. I can stay a little further back. So it's not easy because there's grooves in this wall. All right, so find a piece of wall and just practice that for a few minutes from sideways. We're not facing the wall. Yep. So your bricks are a little. You're one layer of bricks below where I was. Ready? Yep.
That is really hard.
Yeah. So the key is going to be for you to get your paddle at the right angle, and this will help you find the right angle for these touch volleys. Yeah, you're a little close, Joan. You're a little too close. There you go. That's a little too far now. There you go. That's about right. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Okay, pause for a second. You feel the burn in your forearm? Feel the burn in your forearm? That's a fitness issue, right? That's a fitness issue. As you do this more, that burn will go away. So I don't want you to do this for so long that it starts to cause you pain. So just a few minutes, 25, 30 reps, all you need, and that's it for the day, right? Don't overdo it or you will end up with tennis elbow on this, right? But if you do a little bit of it consistently, 3-4 times a week, eventually your forearm's going to have more strength and you'll be able to hold your volley, control your volleys a little better. Okay, so that's enough of that. Everybody understands what to do. Just keep that in mind. When it starts to burn, stop. Okay? Let's move on to touch volleys, reset volleys. We've already done this. So Susan's aiming for my belly button. I'm just holding my racket out here, slight bend in my elbow. I'm meeting the ball out. We're not going to demonstrate it. Just meeting the ball out front, and I'm putting it back in the kitchen. Okay, come on over here. Joan, be Susan's partner. Okay, pause for a second. I'm going to show you a slightly different way to do this. Mary, if I can just get you right here. Okay, so Lonnie and I are going to start. Just going to aim for my belly button. I'm trying to put it in the kitchen. Okay, boom. Oh, that time it went into the net. Okay, now it's my turn to be the feeder. Come up to the line. So now I'm going to go for your belly button. Ball's still on her side of the net. So the ball is still on her side of the net, so she's still the feeder. Okay, now it'll be her turn. So just switch whenever you fail, just switch roles. Okay? Off the ground, Mary. Off the ground. Ground first. I know. That's why I'm making you do it off the ground. So just once, Joan. Just catch. Once and then catch. Oh, almost got me. Okay, let's rotate around Susan. Remember, we're looking through the holes. We're looking through the holes. Very good, Susan. You are, I can tell instantly when you're not looking through the holes.
Me too. Me too. And then James played with him, and I was like, look through the ball.
Very good, Joan. Much better. Very good. You're not trying to kill it anymore, Joan. Very good. Were you looking through the holes on that one?
No, I wasn't.
You wasn't. And you know how I know? You missed the ball.
I know.
If you're looking through the holes, you will almost never miss the ball. Good job. Okay, let's go grab a drink, and then we're going to come back and we're going to play some games.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm better at kitchen line than that. I can way better. Yeah, I didn't play tennis and stuff. I'm just not strong.
We got to teach you to think like a shark. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, well, I'm doing Monday backhand turn, right?
Yeah.
I started to do two-handed. Wow, split suddenly
Yeah.
when I go back.
You guys ever watch Shark Week on Discovery Channel? All right, great white sharks. Well, sharks hunt from below, right? So he preys up here. Sharks. That's why they're dark on top. They blend in with the bottom, and they're along the bottom. Then they look up, and then they see what they're going to eat, and they come at it from below and behind. Because fish's eyes are on the tops, looking outside, right? So the shark comes up from below, not fish, seals, right? Anyway, so sometimes the attack is so forceful and so close to the surface that the shark literally comes out of the water with the seal in its mouth. That's how you have to attack a pickleball. You're coming at it from below normally, not volleys. No, no. Even when I'm hitting my ground stroke, I'm coming at it from below and behind. So, but we don't want to do that with volleys. Hello. Sure. Yeah. No worries. Where did you leave it? Is it in the office? All right, well, take a look around a deal. I'm sure it's around somewhere. It could be in here. Yeah, no worries. It could be here. Is it this one?
No.
No?
Yeah, I think that's okay. Oh, yeah.
That's yours?
Yes. This one is mine.
Okay.
Baby piece.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a ruling I have for you.
Do you have a rule question?
A rule.
Okay.
If you're serving and I'm standing behind the line to receive the serve, if your ball hits me and I'm out of bounds,
is it out?
No,
Before it hits
it's
the ground?
it's
Even
not out in.
behind the line?
Correct. The ball has to hit the ground for it to be out. If you prevent it from hitting the ground, you are in play.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So it's a point, you get the point
Yeah.
even though you.
But they said, well, technically I'm standing out of bounds, so
Yeah.
the ball's gonna hit you. If it
Yeah.
hits me, it's out of bounds, right? That's what they said.
Yeah, but no, according to the rules, that would your body is in play. It has to hit the ground. So.
There you go.
Yep.
I should videotape you saying that because of that. I argued it and I said, no, if they hit you while you're in the court, right?
Yep.
Even if you're serving and you hit the guy in the opposite court,
yep.
It's your point.
Yep.
Sorry?
I've done that.
Okay, let's go back in. I'm going to teach you a game that we're going to play. All right, I would just want to give one illustration of what I was talking about attacking from below the ball. So we're not going to be doing this. I just need to finish that conversation, right? So if I'm hitting a ball from here, I'm coming from below the ball. See the ball? I'm coming from below the ball, and I'm attacking the ball from underneath, just like a great white shark attacking a seal, right? I'm coming from underneath the ball. That's all I meant. Once we get you doing that, you'll be fine from the baseline. All right, so we're going to play a volley game now. It's going to start with what we just ended with. So there's going to be 4 players here. Let's everybody grab a spot on the court. Lanny, come and be my partner for a second. Just get you right there, Joan, for a second. Just push the ball towards the curtain. Just push them towards the curtain. Push the balls towards the curtain just to get them out of the way. The curtain. Yeah, they're always safe over by the curtain. All right. We'll get that one in a minute. Okay, so we're going to start just like what we were just doing. So I'm going to hit the ball towards Lanny. She's going to reset it into the kitchen. All right. Okay. Well, we'll do that again. Reset it. Then we're going to play it out just like a regular game. The whole court. Out. Oh. Oh. There we go. So we would win the point. No, we're going to play the whole court, but it's going to start with that friendly serve, no higher than her chin, so somewhere in here, and then she's going to reset it into the kitchen, right? And then you just play it out. Yep. If the reset doesn't go in the kitchen, stop and just reserve again. If the serve is above the chin, just catch it, stop, and start again. Because we want the serve, which is not really a serve, it's just the stroke that gets the game going, to be friendly, below the chin. And we want the next shot, the reset, to be in the kitchen. And then we just play it out as normal. The whole court's in play. Yeah, we'll start straight across and then we'll try it diagonal. So we'll just start straight across for now. There you go, Susan, you can serve. Let's clear that ball out though. Push it towards the curtain. Anytime there's a loose ball on the ground, guys, always push it towards the curtain or put it in the basket. If you push it towards the curtain, it's going to be out of harm's way. It's going to stay there. Okay, we won't count score just yet. Anybody can serve. We're going to take about 3 or 4 minutes and just learn how to play the game. Stay out of the kitchen, Mary. All right, we're just going to take a few minutes to learn the game, then we're going to play for points. Okay. So yeah, we want the first shot to be off the ground. Yeah, off the ground. It's a ground stroke. Good. Now play it out. Good. Good. No, off the ground. Off the ground. No, off the ground. Off the ground. Out, reset. Reserve. Okay. Nice try. Good. Okay, everybody understands what we're doing now. Okay, so we're going to start off with Susan serving 002. 002. Keep score, change sides just as usual. Okay, point for Susan. 102. As long as it was below the chin, yep. 102. That was above the chin. Let's reserve that. That was over the chin. Off the ground, Joan. She took it over, so Joan's serve is supposed to be off the ground and below her chin, and it was out of the air and above her head. So. Fault. Fault, kitchen fault. She took a volley in the kitchen. 301. Four 02. Don't forget to call the score. Oh. So that was over your head anyway, so you should have just caught it. 502. Six 02. Nice shot, Mary. Side out. 061. Off the ground. Bounce it. Oh, too high. Second serve. Out and over the head. Side out. $701. $702. Yeah. Fault. You'll learn. $081. Point. 181. Off the ground. Two, 8, 1. Jones on a roll. Pause for 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to have a bunch of people coming in the door in the next 15 minutes, so I'll be in and out of the room. You guys just keep going, keep doing your thing. Once the game ends, winners split, do the normal thing, and just start a new game. Same rules, okay? For pickleball? Come on in. Have you been here before? Okay, so the coat room is there. All of our personal possessions, including our water bottles, stay in that room.
Okay.
And when I'm ready, I'll come out and get you and let you know when the lesson's about to start.
Okay.
You're the first one here. If you can tell everybody what I just told you and ask them to fill out a name tag as they come in.
Okay. I'll just try to get my glasses.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Oh, it looks like we got people going to be unloading here too.
Oh my goodness.
Students coming in the door here, they're all going to be in this area, so if you guys can just go straight through, that would be awesome.
Okay.
I'll block that door for you. Yeah. How's it going? Okay, pause for 1 second. Just remember your score. Remember where you are. I'm going to do my wrap up now because I've got a renter coming in. I'm going to do my wrap up now, and then you guys are going to be able to finish. So today we worked on our 3 volley patterns. They're part of our structured warm up. We want to get really good at those over time. We learned today that we're trying to control the direction, the height, and the pace or the depth of our volleys, right? We worked on the green zone volleys. We worked on touch volleys, and we worked on the belly button reset, right? Aim for exactly how we're starting this game, and then we played this game. This game is a great way to work on some of those skills because this game involves all of those skills that we worked on today. Any questions about what we worked on today? Right? Oh, I also taught you a practice against the wall. Remember, don't do it to exhaustion because that leads to tennis elbow. Do it to burn. Once you feel the burn, stop. If you keep doing it, it'll be longer and longer and longer until you feel the burn, but I want you to stop when you feel the burn. Never injure yourself over a practice. Get some reps in, stop when you feel discomfort, move on to the next thing. Okay? Awesome. Enjoy yourself, ladies.